Hey guys, Britton here. We had some questions about how to make sunsets, and they're super easy and especially relevant if you're in the northern hemisphere right now where it is summer, but it's always a good time for a sunset. So I made this palette sort of thing to show you guys. The lightest hues or the lightest colors in a sunset are going to be closest to the horizon. So closest to your sand, closest to your mountains, closest to the surface of the earth. The further up in the atmosphere you get is where you get the darker colors. And that is almost universally true with sunsets, no matter what particular shades of those colors you see. They always go from light at the bottom to dark at the top. And the reason for that, basic science, is just that suns set, right? They're going to be bright down at the bottom where they're dipping below the horizon. And then all of the light that's gone away from the sun setting is where you get the dark night colors coming in. Okay. Here is a very simple little picture where I am going to show you a very sloppy but quick sunset and how that looks on a coloring page. I'm using airbrush. I'm starting with my lightest color down here at the bottom, right where the sun is going to be setting. I'm building it up. You'll notice I'm just kind of coloring right over my trees. That's okay because I can go in later and do whatever I want. Hey, look, there's an orange leaf. Why not? All right, so since my sun, I think I'm gonna have it be where it is just set. That's gonna be mostly these types of colors. The longer the sun has been below the horizon, the darker, more purpley the sunset's gonna be in general. And if it hasn't been down there too long, you're gonna see more of the warm colors like yellows and oranges. Okay, so just like that. Very sloppy sunset. Yours will be much better, I'm 100% sure. You can use almost any brush or tool to do this. I like airbrush because it can be so smooth, but there's so many great brushes for sunsets. Pastel is fantastic, watercolor is fantastic, fade tool here in your fills menu, fantastic quick tool for sunsets. Okay, speaking of which, let's talk about bloom. Bloom tool. My sun has just set. It has set where? It has set right here. I'm using the bloom tool to create a brightness, and that's where my sun has gone down, is right there. And I'm going to show off the laser brush rather, and do an actual sun. You can barely see it, but it is there. Just the faintest outline. Great tool for sunsets, sunrises, all things celestial is the laser. Okay, so just like that. And of course, if you want to add any clouds or anything like that, just remember that clouds in a sunset are going to be the color of the surrounding area. So you're going to see a little orange, a little pink. They'll still be, lighter than the area around them, but they'll have that color to them. And of course, the other important thing to remember is they will have the color of the sun, the brightness on the bottom. They mimic the sunset themselves. Whoops, that is very, very, very tiny and very bright. So you'll have your reflection there at the bottom of your clouds. If your sun has set, it won't be at the top because it is underneath now and therefore shining sort of upward. Okay, it'll be more like that. Sloppy, but you get the basic idea. So yeah, sunsets are actually really easy, lots of fun. I definitely recommend, if you're able to, making a palette for yourself to help you remember what colors, generally speaking, to use. And remember, light at the bottom, dark at the top. All right, guys, show me your sunsets. 1, 2, 3, and go.